Okay, everyone. Thanks for tuning in again. Today I'm riding my DUCATI Monster 600 again. Hopefully I can give you another riding review of the bike. Last time the audio system wasn't really nice. I have to edit the audio in after I shoot the video. Now I have a new camera and audio system set up. This is the Sena Prism Tube camera with a built-in microphone into my helmet, so I can record audio while I'm recording the video at the same time. So yes, this is the Monster 600. It's a 1994 bike. I've owned this bike for 6 months now. I learned how to ride on this bike. It is a bit of unusual to learn riding a motorcycle on an old carbureted DUCATI Monster that is almost 30 years old, because this thing isn't really easy to ride like most of the modern bikes, especially those entry-level learner bikes from Yamaha, Honda, Kawasaki, and a few other manufacturers. They are very easy to ride. All the controls are nice and easy and light. The bike is light, very agile. Power delivery is very linear. This thing is none of that, except the weight is quite low. It's only about 180 kilograms in the dry form. Sorry, in the fuel, all the fluid, plus a small man like me, I'm only 5'6", about 60 kilograms. So in total the bike weighs in about 270 280 kilograms maximum. So it's pretty light, but being a 30 years old bike, it has no modern technology either. This thing has no ABS, no traction control, only a simple analog speedo, not even a rev counter. There's no gear indicator. Yeah, the bike is light. It has a 583cc V-twin engine or L-twin. That's how DUCATI describes their V-twin engines. With a small hydraulic valve system. It's a 2-valve per cylinder, so it makes about 53 horsepower. I don't know what revs it makes that power, probably 8,000, 9,000. The V-twin engine doesn't spin very fast anyway. Most of them will top out at about 9,000 or just below 10,000, I think. Torque is about 50 Newton meters, which for a bike like this, total weighing less than 300 kilograms, it is powerful enough. You do the power to weight ratio, 53 horsepower on something that is 280 kilograms. You are getting close to 200 horsepower per ton. So even in 2021, some of the most powerful hatches you can buy today, they have a similar power to weight ratio. But what they don't have is the engine and exhaust noise that Ducati makes. It's very distinctive, very addictive. You get that low, deep, burbly rumble. It's been a V-twin or L-twin. It has lots of low down and mid-range torque, so you never feel sluggish. The bike will pick up nicely in pretty much any gear, but because this thing only has 5 gears, not 6, so it has a pretty long gear ratio. So it's not like a lot of the new bikes. First gear is only just for get moving, and then from there you roll your gears up to get up to speed. This thing is completely different. First gear, I have to take this thing up beyond 30 kilometers per hour at least before I get into second gear. Otherwise the engine will struggle. It's not the engine is not powerful enough. There's plenty of power, but the gear is too long. Second gear is just too tall for it to pull at 30k. 40, no problem. and then from there you can roll gears. Probably 20k increments per gear. So third gear can pull from 50 nicely. Fourth from 70 or maybe 80. And fifth is better leave it on the highway at 100k or beyond. Alright, I'm going a bit slow here, so I'm just going to put it in second gear, and I'm doing 20. So yeah, so no, it doesn't quite like it. It can pull, but you can feel the engine start to struggle a little bit. Apart from the engine being a monster, the first thing people think about of a Ducati Monster is probably the chassis, that famous steel tube trellis frame. After almost 30 years of using trellis frames, the latest Ducati Monster, the 2021 model, Ducati ditched the trellis frame, which gets a lot of the fans unhappy about it, I think. So if you want a trellis frame Ducati Monster, the new one is definitely not for you. The thing has plenty to get up and go. Looks like we're hitting a bit of a traffic, which is another thing I don't really like about the bike. That is the slow speed, slow traffic riding, because this thing is pretty hard, or very hard work to ride in slow speed. The steering is heavy, clutch is heavy, even it has a hydraulic clutch, it's quite heavy, and neutral gear is like if you have ridden a Ducati before, you know what I'm talking about. It's just hard to find. Well, I found it this time. Yeah, I found is what I found is the neutral gear is easier to find from second if you drop it from second, it's easier to find. If you pick it up from first, yeah, you're almost always going to miss it. Yeah, again, in the slow speed, because I'm only doing about 20k now. I can't use second gear, it has to be in the first gear, and then I have to modulate the clutch and the throttle just to get some smooth riding. And because the clutch is quite heavy, pulling it in for a extended period of time and let it out, let it out, that's just going to yeah, sore my hands very quickly. Alright, hopefully I'm in neutral again. Oh, okay, it's been nice to me today. Didn't leave me wondering for that neutral gear a lot, which is not the case most of the days. Oh yeah, back to the controls again. Yeah, everything is quite stiff. Even the brake lever is quite stiff, but it's very responsive. It only has a single disc in the front. It's 320mm single disc. The brake caliper is a Brembo full piston opposed caliper. No ABS, but there's plenty of stopping power, and there's good feel on the lever as well. It's very progressive. As soon as you touch the brake lever, it starts giving you something, and the more you pull in, the harder it brakes. It's not very grabby. It's quite easy to use. Wow, it's stuck in traffic again. Well, no, this time, yeah, I can't find that neutral gear. Miss it again. Are we moving or are we moving? Yeah, it's kind of a temperamental thing. Sometimes, yeah, it's quite easy to find it. You can drop it into neutral with one go. But a lot of the time, it's just makes you working hard. I think that's kind of a DUCATI thing. It's not a bike that you can ride in a laid-back, lazy way. You just have to constantly work hard to ride it properly. Which is probably quite intimidating for a learner rider or beginner like me. But on the other hand, I think that's a good thing, because it's not easy to ride smoothly. You're constantly trying to adjust your clutch, your throttle, your brake, your steering, everything. So that makes you, or at least makes me, learn to ride quickly. It's not like something easy I can just jump on and then start riding like a seasoned rider. Let's talk about the riding position a bit. I think the handlebars are pretty low, so I put some bar risers on mine to make me more comfortable. The seat height is low, 770, 780. Depends on your setup of the bike, I guess. So even like a guy like me, I can flat foot on both sides easily. The fuel tank is tall. It has a pretty tall fuel tank, unlike most of other naked bikes. Those bikes tend to have a flat, more streamlined, lower tank, which I'm not really a big fan of. I found the tall fuel tank is better, just because I can leave my body on it. I can grip the tank with my legs, so once I'm moving, I have something to grab onto. It also makes it easier to handle the bike, because once get up moving, you need counter steering to steer the bike, and having something that I can grip with my legs is easier for me to do counter steering and throw the bike. Like what I do here, I'm not really doing any counter steering with my my hand. I'm actually using my legs to throw the bike left and right. Of course, I can do counter steering with my hands, just push on the handlebar, but sometimes that's a bit too much. Because this bike, even though the steering is heavy and the steering angle is very narrow, it's very responsive. So with a small push, it changes direction quite quickly. But with the legs, I can do smaller direction change. And also, when I'm turning the corner, being able to grab onto the tank also make me feel quite secure and confident to do the lean. Oh. The suspension, what can I say? It's a Ducati. It's not a Harley or Indian cruiser, so don't expect this thing to ride comfortably. It's quite stiff and harsh. Can feel pretty much all the small bumps and holes on the road. But give you good road feel, so you know what is going on with those front tires. But some say this thing belongs to the back road, the B road. But here in Australia, the country road or the back road surface are really poor, and this thing feels skittish on a poor surface. I'm not confident to ride this thing fast in the back road. Alright, I think we've just arrived at Altona Beach. I'm coming down with family for a bit of a Sunday family time. Yeah, the gear change it is clunky, but you get that very mechanical click or clunk to let you know that it is in gear. But you do have to give the gear lever a good shovel or yank, especially going up gears. Otherwise, you just miss a gear quite easily. So basically, if I want to change gear, I have to make sure my left foot will lift up hard. So that will make sure to get the gear in. Otherwise, I just get in between gears, and once I blow the throttle, it's just a big loud noise, and I'm not going anywhere. Makes me look stupid.